we are spiritual people, and most of us do have things that we do for work, or we're contributing to the economies in our households. And it's only in our minds where we create these arbitrary distinctions of, this is, I'm a business person, well then I'm a spiritual person. So it's really just up to us to have a shift in our perspective, and maybe some corresponding practices or some community that helps bridge the gap and just helps us remember that we're really just, we're one amazing, creative, divine being wherever we go, whether we're a parent or a spouse or a worker or an employer.
And so in your book, you write about each of us being a powerful creator. So what does that mean?
Well, we create not necessarily the cars that we pass on the highway or the house that we're in. We didn't necessarily create that. But we do have a lot of responsibility around the emotional reactions that we have in our lives, the quality of our lives. The good news is that everyone's masterful at this process of creating their life. Everybody's already done it. The challenge is in doing it with more and more awareness over time, and seeing that there's choices that we make and there's consequences to our choices. We take an action, we say a word, we even have a thought. It doesn't even have to leave our mouth or our mind. Every thought and word and action that we take is going to create a ripple effect out in the world, and it's going to come back to us, and we're going to have a reaction to our own creation. So we've been doing this all the time, without awareness. So the trick is to start to have some awareness of that this is what we do, and to be responsible, which a lot of people don't necessarily want to be responsible. They'd rather say, oh, the government's this, and my job is this, and my boss is that, or my spouse or my kids are like this. So when we are willing to take a little responsibility, we have more choice, and we can have some more freedom. I had hired professional, trained business and executive coaches to provide coaching to my employees as a benefit, like you said. The results of the experiment were perfect because I ended up completely changing my organization. There were some people that didn't want to get coached. They didn't think I should be using our excess company money in that way. Well, they're no longer with the company. What happened with other people over the years was they grew to go and start their own businesses. So I didn't have an attachment to the results of their coaching and what they got to see in their coaching. It was really a gift to the person that they were, that I saw that they could be. And in many cases, it meant that they grew and left the organization, which was really fine. So I was hoping to create a culture shift and create a group of kindred minds and spirits that would work together in this way. And we did have that for different periods and different markets and different places where we've been active. But it was really a gift to myself and a gift to the individuals to go use this tool to go create your life how you see fit.
I like what you said about that with the law of attraction is that you have a very clear intention of what you want to create. And yet you're saying that some people buy into it, some don't, and it's okay. And so that whole high intention, lower attachment is important to keep in mind as you do this.
I think of it as either as a paradox or almost like a knife edge of wanting to have goals. I think a lot of our business culture, a lot of the coaching and training is geared towards having goals and striving. And there's a fascinating amount of power that can come into your life when you might have something that you're yearning for or desiring, but then you let go of the attachment to that. It's the attachment to the outcome is where we create a lot of suffering for ourselves. When we can have a goal, and in most cases, when we do this work, what we find is that the goals, the things that we're after, it's more of an emotional state. It's a quality. It's not the car, the house, the spouse, the well-behaved kids. When I was younger, those were the kind of things that I thought I wanted. And I started accumulating these things. And now that I'm older and wiser, I see that it's more about the emotional quality behind the having of these things. And so that's where I've learned to put my attention, and that's where we really energize the law of attraction, is through our emotional connection. So the real challenging but accelerating part of the practice is to feel now what you want to feel. And then you'll attract amazing things into your life. Versus I'll be happy when I get that BMW or that 5,000 square foot house. That's where law of attraction doesn't work for a lot of people, where they think it's about something that they want to have versus those things being pointers to an emotional quality that they really want to experience.
Can you share an example in your life or the clients you worked with of how this has happened to them? You know, when you talk about emotion, no, just on that scale?
I mean, there's a lot of examples. I think one of the best examples is where clients have actually let go, where my coaching clients have let go of people in their practice or in their business. So it's almost the opposite of the law of attraction, but it's really tied into it. It's where their clarity about what they want from their business, what they want for themselves, how they like to work. And it's not, I want 10 more clients, I want to increase my practice by 20%, I want a bottom line revenue growth. In addition to those things, because those are valuable things to work towards as well. If we, as business owners and as entrepreneurs, if we're willing to look at the quality of the relationships we want with our clients, our vendors, our employees, then we're going to start attracting the right kind of people, the right kind of resources, the right relationships, and then we might have some willingness and faith to let go of the clients who just don't really appreciate who we are and how we work. Maybe they don't pay us on time, maybe they don't refer people to us the way that we'd like. So a number of my coaching clients over the last bunch of months have been noticing this faith, and that's a huge, probably the biggest part of the law of attraction is faith in that this is a very abundant creation that we live in, and we're here to be happy and joyous.
So how, if you're in a space right now where you don't have a job or your business isn't quite going in the direction you want to go in, what's one simple thing that we could start to do to make a shift and really attract what we do want to us?
Work with your imagination. Go back to the childlike nature of your relationship with imagination and be open to seeing what you do like and just playing with what you might want to do. It's easy to get caught up in where we've been coming from in our personal history. And as an alternative to that, be willing to play and use your imagination.